Welcome to the HMO Property Podcast, where we connect, educate and inspire the UK's HMO property community. So stop what you're doing, sit back, relax and enjoy the story. What's up, HMO Nation, and welcome to another episode of the HMO Property Podcast with me, Rupert Wallace, in association with HMOHub.co.uk. In this episode, we're interviewing successful HMO property investor Claire Farrington. Claire's going to take us on her HMO property investment journey, including the ups, the downs, the highs, and the lows. Now, Claire's been investing in HMOs for some 12 years now. She's completed over 43 HMO projects, currently houses in excess of 250 HMO tenants. So let's jump straight in. Claire, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, Rupert. How you doing?
Great to have you with us. Before we dive into the details of your HMO journey, tell us a bit about yourself and your background before you started.
Okay, so before I started HMOs and the property business, I've been doing it for quite a while now. So I'll take you back to when I was at uni. So
yes,
we were struggling with the tech earlier, but I actually did computer sciences at university in Sheffield Hallam. I did information systems, so had to create databases for businesses. But I straight away, after about a year and a half, knew that I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, but I didn't want to quit. So during the course, I actually took positions as marketing assistant and tried to pursue that route instead.
Okay. And how did you get on with that?
Yes, I enjoyed that much better.
And what was it about computer science that you didn't enjoy?
Well, for me, it was a little bit boring. Stuck at the computer. I can always remember, there's always one day I can remember at uni when we had a really large assignment to get in. We were doing some coding. And I sat in the library till 3 a.m. because the libraries are open 24 hours. Sat in there 3 a.m. still trying to get this code to work. Because every time I ran it just didn't work. And I just remember going back absolutely shattered, saying, I can't do this all the time. Yeah, so as soon as I left, I got my degree. I got 2-1. I got a decent,
Good job.
Yeah, I got a decent degree for it. But straight away, I didn't even bother applying for jobs, anything to do with it. No. I had a good chat with my parents about what I should do, having this degree and not wanting to get a job in it. At that moment in time, my dad was doing property, had buy-to-lets himself and doing flips. He suggested getting a job in an estate agency, whether I'd be interested in getting into what he was doing. So yeah, I worked for about 2 years in an estate agency, local. And then after that, I went to go and join my dad with his business, with the property business. He'd gone full-time in it as well. And then together, we were buying houses for buy-to-lets and flips, and we did a few rent backs. So I know they're regulated now, so we don't have any now. But back then, yeah, we did do some. Yeah.
Okay, sounds like quite the journey. So, completed your computer science degree. I'm just going to go back a bit. What made you do it in the first place?
Well, when I did my A levels, I did business studies. And I did IT A level as well. And I kind of enjoyed both of them. So I thought business information systems are kind of a bit in the middle. Mm-hmm. That's why I tried that. It didn't work out. Bad choice. But everybody makes mistakes, and
that's the only way we learn. So tell us about your journey into HMO property investing then. You exited uni, 2 years as an estate agent. How did you get on there?
I loved that. Yeah, I definitely loved that. It's very exciting. Well, back then it was during the property boom. So I would easily sell 13 houses a week. I was making some really good commission at the age of 21, 22. So I managed to buy my own place as well then. Yeah. So.
And how did you actually make that step to get into the world of HMO property investing specifically?
So, well, being in the business and with my father and with my sister. We're all a family business together, if I let everybody know that. So they're not just all my HMOs and property. They're
it's a family
combination of family business. So, and we have several limited business companies as well. So, you have to structure that for financing. So, I mean, we were still actively networking. So we used to go down to the Berkshire Property Meet. That used to be one of the biggest networking meetings back then, about 10, 11 years ago. You used to be queuing out the door to get in. So we kind of knew about other strategies back then, option agreements and instalments and HMOs. So there's three of us four of us in the family business, my mother as well. We all want some regular income. So for us, buy to lets is a slow way of generating regular income every month. So when we found some more information about HMOs, we met Jim Halliburton down in Berkshire, and then we went and did his course. So I think it's 2007 or 2008, around that time, we went on the HMO Daddy course.
How was it?
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was about a 2-day course, something like that. We went back and then never looked back. Yeah. Jim's
a great character, a good friend of ours, and a future podcast guest for sure. Okay, well, was there anything before then? So this is 2007, 2008. Was there anything holding you back getting into HMO property investing?
Holding us back? No, it was pretty much a quick journey from leaving the estate agency, doing a year of buying below market value deals, direct to vendor deals, and then really going straight away into HMOs. Yeah.
And
it's always been quite fast and intense with our family over the years to where we've got
to. You guys complement each other very well.
Yeah, we don't really get much of a break. It's not passive income at all. We're always chasing the next big deal.
But did you guys have any preconceived ideas about HMOs that stopped you doing them initially, rather than just the standard buy-to-lets and the flips?
No, I can't say. No, we're not very negative people. We're always
just
interested
whether you I'm just wondering why you didn't do those. I'm trying to help the audience understand why you didn't do those first and why you did buy-to-lets and flips first. Did you just not know they existed, or you just weren't ready for them, or you just came across Jim at the right time and you didn't really know enough about them until then?
God, it was that long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just we came across them about that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just no knowledge back then, and when you got the knowledge, you acted on it.
Well, back then you never really had we were on Facebook, but all the property people weren't on Facebook like they are now. So we'd go on forums that really, well, if you went on the forums we used to go on back then, they're really dated. Yeah, and people used to put their deals up there and charge £100 for an unqualified deal or things back then. Yeah, I can remember doing all that as well, but it was never all over Facebook or anything like that. No. So you did really have to do a lot more networking.
Had to work a bit harder.
Yeah.
Claire, next up, tell us about your very first HMO property deal.
Okay, so it was a direct to vendor lead, came to us. The house was a really big Victorian semi-detached house, absolutely massive inside. It was on the market. It was on the market previously. They'd taken it down for 150,000. They needed a quick sale. I can't remember the reasons why at the time. Now that they wanted to move on quickly, and we managed to secure the house for 115,000
Okay.
Okay. At that moment in time, we'd got our own cash funds, released some equities from some buy-to-lets, so we used our own money to do the conversion works on the house, and turn it into a 5-bedroom all-en-suite with kitchenettes property.
Fab. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
And then
bought
a
it
couple of
for-
years later, we had a massive kitchen living room at the back. A couple of years later, then we converted the kitchen and added an extra bedroom in there. So we still had a kitchen living room area, but then a 6th ensuite room as well.
Brilliant. Give us some numbers.
So we only remortgaged it a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So we've been sitting on all that equity, and it was revalued at 280 in 2017.
Okay, so you bought it for 115?
115. I can't remember how much we spent on it. I've been having a look this morning, but back then, I mean, our bookkeeping was still much paperwork, much paper based. Yeah, so I've got notes on all the contracts and everything, but not how much we spent.
Okay, so it's valued at 280 now.
Yeah.
I would imagine you've got some equity uplift, not just to do with the capital appreciation. I imagine you added some good value if you put 5 ensuite rooms in. So that's good enough for me. I'm happy with that. Okay. How has investing in HMO since you started changed your life?
It's pretty much been a whirlwind ever since I left university, going to state agency and then going to property and then having children and everything. So it's kind of really our life. It's just what we are. It's our family. So if anybody is friends with us or like my partner, you just become part of this whole property family. Yeah, with us. So it is what we are now. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know any different.
Part of your identity, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and Claire, what's your favourite part of HMO property investing?
Favourite part? It's exciting. I think it's really exciting. Yeah. Finding the next deal and...
Finding a deal, doing the refurb. Do you really love compliance?
Oh, no. I don't like that bit, no. Well, because we're a family business and we have some staff in the office now that help us run the business. So we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. So my sister Amy, she's really good with the contractors and developments and interior design and things. So that's what she concentrates on. And I tend to concentrate on finding the deals and negotiating them, sorting out the solicitors and the mortgages, and then I'll do the remortgages and things as well. So we kind of have our own strengths and weaknesses, and over time we've managed to kind of find our own little part in the business and what to focus on. And then we've got some staff that have come to join us who are good at what they do. So we have like a compliance manager who deals with all the maintenance and the licensing for HMOs. That was a big task. We had to take on some temp staff to even help us do the licensing. So when that came into effect, we had the majority of the portfolio that needed to be licensed. So that was a big task itself. Yeah.
Got it. So your favourite part is deal finding, structuring deals, getting them over the line. Why do you think that is? What do you like about it?
I think with my personality, I get all excited about the next deal, and then once I've got it, I kind of my mind starts to wander off on the next deal rather than completing it off. So that's why Amy picks it up with sorting out the contractors and getting it actually done. Yeah.
What are you on? Have you done the wealth dynamics?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you a creator?
Yes. I am a mechanic and star.
Okay.
So that kind of shows that I go into a star when I find a new deal and get excited, and then I can swing towards a mechanic when I start to get fed up of it. Yeah.
Good stuff. Claire, we've talked about the past. Before we move on to the present and your future plans in HMO property, let's take a minute to thank our sponsors.
Are you looking for an effortless HMO mortgage experience? If that's a yes, there's only one place to go: www.thehmomortgagebroker.co.uk, the UK's #1 specialist HMO mortgage broker. They're so specialised that they don't do anything else. HMO mortgages, HMO remortgages and HMO bridging. That's it. They have access to every HMO lender out there and even some exclusive products not available to other brokers. With lightning fast service and A1 communication, they're easily the best HMO broker in town. So to experience HMO lending made easy, go to www.thehmomortgagebroker.co.uk today.
Claire, fast forwarding to the present day, let's go into a bit more detail about your current portfolio.
Okay. So it has grown over the years. First, we had 50 buy-to-lets before we started HMOs, but now we've only got 12 buy-to-lets in the portfolio because most of them were converted into HMOs. So now total is about, to say 42 HMOs, I think I said that, 30 buy-to-lets and 4 service accommodation houses, apartments and houses.
Okay, now tell us about your HMOs. Are they professional, student, working, LHA? Are they all managed in-house? How do you get on with them?
They are managed all in-house. So we have our own trading hours business called A Perfect Room, and we have an office on the high street where we're from, and all the letting staff and finance staff to deal with that. They are a mixture, big mixture. When we were first starting out, we did buy a lot more lower value terraced houses and convert them into HMOs. And then as you go on and find other deals that come on, we have got some even really large, what were 4-bedroom ensuite houses in affluent villages, which are now HMOs. So there is a HMO room really for everybody out there that in our portfolio. Although we don't currently have any council tenants in our properties at the moment. So they're all working tenants.
Okay, and are they all clustered in kind of 1 or 2 locations? Because you're in the Midlands, aren't you?
Yeah, we're more around Derbyshire. So we're in Burton-on-Trent, South Derbyshire, Derby, got some in Tamworth, and then our next big one is in Ilkeston, in between Derby and Nottingham. That is.
That's the mega one.
That will be the biggest one to date. Yeah.
All right, we'll come on to that. All right, next question for you. Tell us about your single best HMO investment to date.
The best HMO to date will be our last Megamo, which is called Hilltop. It was a ex-care home. It was vacant. I think we bought it on for 400, and it's now a 40-bed HMO, and that's in a little mining town. So most people think we were crazy when we were doing that because it's not in a city or anywhere. It's just in a normal small mining town. It's split into clusters, so there's 4 blocks of HMOs in the building. Maximum, I think there is 11 people in one of the blocks. And there is some en suites, but not all en suites. And that one is valued at about 2.2.
Okay. So 400 buy, what did you spend?
We spent about 1 million on it, something like that, just over.
So yeah. 800 grand's worth of equity uplift in one deal.
Yeah, it was always no money left in. I think we even cashed out on some of that on yeah, definitely.
I bet your star mechanic loved finding that one.
Yes, it was actually my father that found that one.
Oh no.
Yeah, and we all go along to when we were negotiating deals, and then do our own little parts that we do in the business.
You all go along for a negotiation, so it's like 4v1.
Yeah, we used to. Not so much now. My father has taken a big step back, so he didn't even see the ex-care home that we're buying in Ilkeston after we bought it. Okay. Yeah.
Good stuff. Sounds like a really good deal. Claire, next up, tell us about one significant mistake that you've made in your HMO business that by sharing with HMO Nation, you might help them avoid.
I think it's a combination of several little mistakes. We've not made any dramatic mistakes, otherwise we still wouldn't be here, because HMOs are a risky business. So it's not for the faint-hearted, not for the faint-hearted at all. I'd say that be very cautious nowadays with what you think the end value will be.
So have you made that mistake?
We've got a couple of HMOs where we've had to leave more money than what we wanted to. Yeah, okay. Not a lot, but we could have used that money elsewhere to buy another house. So they're all stuck in there now. So what we do to solve that mistake is wait a year, 2 years, and then remortgage them. Other mistakes, or I'd say things I've learnt along the way, is the very first commercial to resi HMO we did. So that was a 4-storey office block, and we converted to 33 bedrooms, and now our high street office where that is. We tried to do that all on our own. We even tried to draw up the JCT, intermediate JCT, and things ourselves, and try and sign off all the conditions with planning. And really, we're just doing a lot of our own research on how we actually do this. So in the end, we actually did call out for like a project manager consultant to try and help us with that. And we've used her ever since now on the other projects.
Sounds like a good mistake to learn from that didn't actually cost you that much money.
What I'd say for everybody then is not to try and do everything yourself, especially when you're doing these big deals. There are a lot of people out there that know and are pros at what they do. So try and use them. Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Claire, tell us about your Ilkeston deal.
The Ilkeston deal, that's been a roller coaster the past year. We bought that at auction last April. It was an ex-council care home. It was 12,000 square foot. It's been empty since 2015. We bought it at auction as a risk, so there was no planning on there. We bought it for 366,000 on bridging loan, and then we hired all our consultants that we've used for the last HMOs, and they put together all the plans. So we spent a lot of our own money. We spent a lot of our own money on this project. It got deferred to committee, and then it got deferred to another committee. So November we got the planning permission. November, and now we're going through all the finance with the bank to get 100% development finance, and then some finance back on the from when we purchased it.
I heard that you won by 1 vote at the Planning Appeal Committee.
That was a different one.
A different one. You love a Planning Appeal Committee, do you?
I hate a planning committee, but people don't particularly like HMOs, do they? So they do tend to go to committees a lot.
They have a bad rap. They're getting better.
People still think there's this young person that has come out of prison that's going to live in a HMO. That's what everybody, all the neighbours still think. The tenants are like, yeah. That's
about a generation ago, I think. All right, Claire, so what are you up to the next 12 months? What are your portfolio plans for HMOs in the next 12 months?
So it will be just concentrating on Hillcrest, which is the big HMO in Ilkeston. So we're going to hopefully complete on the loan with the solicitors by the end of next month. I think the builder will start by the end of March. It will take him at least 12 months to do the building works. Then it will take us at least 3 months, I would say, to do the refinancing.
Okay. So, any other projects in the pipeline for the next 12 months, or just going to focus on that one?
No, we'll have some other projects on the pipeline that aren't HMOs. So we've got a flip that's completing. We've got a buyer. It's already been done. We've got the buyer, so we're finishing that up. Done that with an investor. They put their funds in. And we are looking at incorporating my parents' personal part of their portfolio into the limited business.
Okay.
And that is going to be a huge mammoth task. Yeah.
A lot of paperwork.
Yes.
So apart from building the portfolio and doing that with your folks, is there anything else that you're up to in property that you'd like to share with HMO Nation?
I think I've explained everything I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay.
we're constantly on the lookout for another deal. But because we are so busy, we will make sure that the deal is a very below market value deal, and that we won't be leaving much money in, because we've already got so many deals on the go at the moment. So it'd have to be something special for us to take it on. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, Claire, what advice would you give any current HMO property investors?
It's not easy. Being a HMO landlord is not easy if you're going to self-manage, do all the projects yourself. So there is a lot of learning to do.
But what about people that are already in the market?
Already in the market.
Current HMO investors.
What advice I can give them is they already kind of know what they're doing. Just believe in themselves. Yeah.
What's helping you run a successful HMO portfolio?
Sorry?
What really is helping you maintain a really well-run HMO portfolio?
We've got the right staff in place. Yeah. Okay. So it has taken us a long time to get the correct staff that we've got now. We've had a lot of staff turnover, but the staff that we have currently now have been with us for a long time. And I expect they're doing really well in what they're doing for us. With the letting staff, I'd say some of our mistakes with the letting staff as well is that we've taken on people with experience in lettings or estate agency from the high street, and they just can't seem to understand how to run a HMO. What work goes into running a HMO and how much work they're going to have to do. So the actual lettings ladies we have just got sales backgrounds. So, and then we've completely taught them and molded them into what we need them to be. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Next question. What advice would you give people looking to get into HMOs for the very first time?
Okay. So, like I said, it's hard work. Be prepared to put in a lot of hours if you're going to self-manage it and do this all yourself, unless you want to be hands-free investor and you're getting a sourcer and someone to manage it. There is a lot of compliance. There is a lot of rules and regulations you have to adhere to. So don't go into it blind and then say, oh, I didn't know, I need to do that. You've got to learn everything you need to know. Yeah, definitely.
Would you be an advocate of getting educated in some way?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. We have a lot of experience from making mistakes, but we also have been on courses ourselves. Before we started essays, we went to Progressive and did an essay course. When we were looking for below market value deals and direct vendor deals, we looked at some training for option agreements and things. So yeah, I would say you need to get training as well. Perfect.
Claire, finally, before we sign off, we'd like you to recommend one great HMO resource or book that you'd like to share. Then let HMO Nation know how they can connect with you, and then we'll say goodbye. Okay.
So I don't really read a lot of books. I don't have time, although I'd love to. This job gives me, I take a lot of time up. I spend a lot of time doing it. We haven't got to where we are without doing that. So I can't recommend a book. I'm sorry. I would say reading magazines. The Property Investor News or the YPN, have a look at HMO deals and have a look at how people have done their deals, because they completely tell you on how much money they've spent and what they've had to do. And you can learn from their mistakes as well. And listen to podcasts like your podcast. That's what I recommend.
Good stuff. Okay, how can HMO Nation get in touch with you if they want to?
They want to get in touch with me, I'm on Facebook.
All right.
So you'll see I've got two profiles. One's my personal one, and then I've got one business one. So try and contact me on my business one.
Got it. Claire, thanks for sharing your journey. We salute you. Let's get an HMO high five.
High five.
And we'll see you again soon.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you've enjoyed this and want more informational, educational and inspirational HMO property content, then please hit the subscribe button and give us a like. See you next time.